Hello and welcome to the Garden Gurus. I'm Trevor Cochrane. Now, every week we get to take you into some pretty beautiful gardens. This week we're going to take you into one that's spectacular. It's the beautiful Melbourne International Flower and Garden Show. This is just one of the incredible highlights you'll find here. Nigel will take you around a bit later in the show. Here's what's coming up. We look at the best of the Melbourne International Flower and Garden Show.
Make sure you come down and get some wonderful inspiration for your garden.
I share my boys' toys with Nigel.
With the Kanga, it's a lot easier than the shovel.
And we're in the beautiful Kings Park and Botanic Garden, visiting 9 News anchor Michael Thompson.
We're virtually in a city here. It feels like you're in the outback.
Digging around. I got my spade, I got my hoe, I got my rake, and I'm ready to go.
This series, we've been headed behind the scenes to meet and visit some of the 9 Network's personalities. And I've called up one of TV's great guys. His face will be familiar to many. His name is Michael Thompson. And whilst he may be strongly associated with sport, his latest gig is something quite different. Well, Tomo, when you said, I want to meet you in my backyard, I didn't realise that Kings Park is your backyard. It's pretty special, mate, isn't it?
It is. We're so lucky to have it, Trevor. I've always lived very close to it. I've spent a lot of time running through here, going for a jog, riding through here. It's got extraordinary wildlife, the trees, the flowers, particularly in the wildflower season, and I'm a big bird fan, so...
You've got all of them here.
Got the trifecta.
Yeah. Now, your career, many people will know it's been built on sports, but your career has a lot more to it than just that, doesn't it?
Well, I originally started in newspapers in 1980, and when I started at Channel 9, I started as the crime reporter, and I did that for 3 years. Absolutely loved it. Then I moved into sport and had a wonderful time. But now I'm back in general. I'm reading the 6 o'clock news. So I feel at this stage of my career, I'm really lucky to get that opportunity.
Kings Park really is magical. 400 hectares of bushland and botanical gardens elevated, looking over the edge of the city of Perth. It's a mecca for wildflower lovers, and over 6 million visitors come every year to marvel at the flower displays, which showcase many of the 12,000 unique plant species, some which are only found here in WA. So, Tomo, you've got to have one of the best backyards in the world when you look at Kings Park. What's your favourite place?
I think the tourist parts are glorious, and the view of the city, it's superb. The Swan River's magnificent as a backdrop. But my favourite part would be those sort of out-of-the-way tracks. There's lots of them that go through the entire park. We're virtually in a city here, but you can go for a run down those paths and it feels like you're in the outback. It's this glorious feeling of escapism, and I love that. And there's always something around with the trees, the birds. They talk to you. I'm not one of these who runs or cycles with earplugs, got to hear all the natural sound.
Tomo, thank you so much for showing us through your backyard, and good luck with the job. Thanks for your time, mate.
Trev, thanks very much, mate.
I've done my fair share of digging over the years to know that after a few days, the novelty starts to wear a bit thin, and it can be a bit of a punish. But look, I'll give you a couple of tips anyway on shoveling. If you're loading the barrow, first of all, have the barrow facing in the direction you want to go when it's full. Get one of these long-handled shovels, bend the knees, keep the back straight. Shovel your soil, pivot the handle on the thigh there, and fill the barrow. Like that, you can go all day, but I tell you what, there's a much easier way. One of the great things about landscaping is the action. I love it. And usually things happen quickly, and you get to see the fruits of your labour every day. I've got 3 ripping jobs to do today, so here I go. I've got some pipes to lay, so I need a trench about 600 mil deep. Now, with the shovel and the mattock, it's probably 3 or 4 days' work. Now, stuff that for a laugh with the Kanga. I reckon I'll have it done in an hour. Beautiful. For this job, I'm going to set up the Kanga's trench digging attachment. It's pretty easy. Just connect the trencher, connect the hydraulic pipes, and you're away. Now that the trench is dug and pipe is laid, it's time to backfill, so it's a quick change over to the bucket for the trench filling. There are loads of attachments for the Kanga loader with something for just about every job around the place. The 4-in-1 bucket is the go for picking up and moving bulk materials like sand, soil and gravel, plus heavy gear like rocks or machinery. you can move a few tons in no time at all. Laughing. For my last job, I'm going to be using the auger. Now, Kanga make a range of different sized augers. This one here is the 300. It's perfect for drilling post holes for things like fences and decks. It's got the width and it's got the depth. It's quick, and I tell you what, it's a lot easier than the shovel. One of my favourite palms is this one here, the Kentia palm, Howea forsteriana, native to Lord Howe Island. They are just magnificent, beautiful, graceful fronds that form this lovely symmetrical shape. And the trunk, look at that, beautiful. The green here, they tend to stay green if grown in the shade, but out in the full sun, they do darken off a bit. From time to time, you'll get fronds that are just dying or dead or damaged from the sun, and that's when you've got to prune them off. And the best tool, nice pair of loppers. Get that in there. And off she comes. More good tips after the break.
Caterpillars cause damage by chewing through leaves, fruit and vegetables, making plants look terrible and ruining your harvest. Now, you might not see the caterpillars themselves, as they can hide under leaves and be really well camouflaged, but you'll see the devastation they cause. You need to treat your plants early to protect them from damage. Caterpillars can be controlled naturally using Yates' Nature's Way caterpillar killer. It uses something called dipel. Now, this is a naturally occurring bacteria that, when consumed by caterpillars eating the leaves, well, it stops them from eating. They're no longer hungry and they fall off the plant, no longer causing damage. This is a comprehensive and effective caterpillar killer, controlling the caterpillars of cabbage, white butterfly, cabbage moth and apple moth, plus loopers and budworm. It's also safe for beneficial insects such as ladybirds, as well as pets, mammals and fish. Yates' Nature's Way caterpillar killer with dipel is approved for use in organic gardens by Australian Certified Organic. It's a natural way to control one of the most common pests in the garden, so make sure you've got some of this in your shed to stop caterpillars ruining your favourite plants.
Clumping bamboos like the slender weavers here are wicked plants, and they make fantastic screens, but sometimes they get a bit big around the base and you need to thin them out. The new young culms are quite easy to get with the secateurs because they're soft and fleshy, but some of these bigger boys need a lot more power, and that's when you've got to bring in the loppers. The Fiscus Power Gear Ultra Blade loppers are perfect for this thick, hard bamboo. The patented power gears give you 3 times more power on every cut. Oh, yes. That was a great cut. Now, the Ultra Blade coating bonds to the blade and means they last 5 times longer than non-treated blades. You get reduced friction, the blade stays sharper, and it makes them rust resistant. The loppers come with a lifetime guarantee and also really comfortable handles. I really like these, and they're exclusively available at Bunnings, but I tell you what, they're going to make a nice addition to my toolkit.
A lot of people are not sure where to begin when it comes to selecting a turf grass variety for their home garden. Well, I'm going to show you a couple over the next 2 weeks that are just sensational, starting with this warm season grass variety that was introduced from Eastern Africa back in the 1920s. Now, initially, it was bought here for stock food, but very quickly became used in home gardens, becoming Australia's very first instant turf. Kikuyu is brilliant for Australian conditions. It's one of the few grasses that grows all year round, winter and summer, and it's incredibly hardy. It's also hard-wearing, meaning it's great to let the kids and pets run around on. But best of all, this is one of the most tough, dry, hardy grasses around, needing less water to look good all year round. Since its introduction, there has been a lot of breeding and selection of improved strains, and this unique selection is now rapidly becoming one of the most popular turf varieties for sporting venues, recreational ovals, and now home gardeners are starting to discover it too. It's called Village Green and it's incredibly good in home gardens, but its bona fides lie with professional use in sporting fields and large recreational areas where it's become incredibly popular. Now, the thing about it is it holds great colour and grows all year round, and its ability to handle wear and tear is sensational. One problem with some grasses is the density of the surface area is such that it allows weeds to establish. Sometimes other grasses get in too, but not with village green kikuyu, because its dense, tight-knit matting literally smothers weeds out. It's now available all over Australia, and my visit to Green Acres Turf Farm in Serpentine, WA, was to show you just how good this grass looks. The turf is easy to maintain, responds best to one mow a week, but you can get a bowling green effect with 2 mows, and it responds well to controlled release plant food applied every 2 to 3 months. If you've got an existing turf lawn and you're not happy with it and you're thinking about changing over, or perhaps you're building a new home and you're thinking about what turf do I put in, make sure you get down to your local turf farm and check Village Green out. It is a sensational turf for home garden environments.
If you're looking for a hydrangea for your place, then you might like to look beyond the old mockhead varieties to the whole world of wonderful hydrangeas that are out there, like this variety right here. So this is one called Diamond Rouge. It's one of the more sun-hardy hydrangeas, so you can plant it in full sun or part shade. The really spectacular thing about it is the flowers burst into bloom in the summer with these gorgeous white blooms, and then as summer turns to autumn, it takes on beautiful shades of pink and red.
Well, folks, we're back again at the Melbourne International Flower and Garden Show, a 5-day feast of everything gardening with some of the best exhibitors and display gardens you'll find anywhere, including this one by Ben Hutchinson Landscapes. Ben specialises in Australian native landscape design. Grow Together has elements highlighting food, family and good times. It's a great Aussie garden, and so is this. This is the Australian case study garden by Eckersley Garden Architecture, and it pays homage to the humble backyard with a few elements that I'm sure you'll all recognise. You've got the Hills Hoist there, we've got the cricket stumps over here, we've got the esky, I don't know what's in it, but I'm going to find out, and a whole range of plants and materials that we'll all be familiar with and that are easily accessible. It's an absolute beauty, and the judges certainly thought so. Inspired by Time is one garden that really shows the diversity this year. Designed by Orisys Landscape Science and Technology from Shanghai, it takes you on a journey through Chinese culture and history with some incredible detail and executed to perfection. So, Steve, congratulations on such an amazing garden.
Thanks,
I believe
Nigel.
it's the 10th year you've been here now?
Yeah, 10th year. It's always a challenge, but it's good fun.
I mean, you've got an incredible collection of plants.
Yeah, there's over 100 species of plants in here. We've got 7,500 plants in total, so it's massive.
And what's the idea behind this design?
Yeah, so this garden's called Something Borrowed, and it's all about how you utilise the borrowed landscape in an urban environment.
Right.
So looking at borrowing all the large trees around in this site, we've got the lake out there. We're even borrowing underneath things, so we've created these perspex deckings where you can see the landscape underneath, and even a couple of mirrors where it gets that reflective landscape.
It's very, very clever. I saw
you.
those mirrors and I didn't realise they were mirrors.
So it's all about that illusion of picking up that light and the depth in the garden.
Then I saw myself and I went, oh! Matt, congratulations on a great design. It's beautiful, it's contemporary. Talk me through some of the inspiration behind this.
Well, we've used the Sawn Marble this time, Nigel, which is a new product from one of our suppliers in Melbourne. It comes from the middle of China, and that's complemented by the tumble cobbles that we've chosen, the bluestone cobbles that we've chosen to use, along with the spotted gum bench, which we really enjoy using as a timber here in Melbourne.
The boutique gardens section features smaller gardens, but equally as impressive as some of the bigger ones. I mean, just have a look at this. This is the Patina Garden, and what a use of materials. The bluestone wall at the back there, wonderful timber. The garden plant textures are sensational. And of course, what about these copper planters? Awesome. Just another highlight here at Mifkas. Well, this is a beautiful garden in the Achievable Garden section at the show, and it's been designed by Ciam Lam from the University of Melbourne. Isn't it just lovely? Beautiful use of grasses and perennials. And just look over there, a nice dwarf bottle tree from Queensland. See, this is what it's all about at the show. You come down here, you can spend a few hours and get some wonderful inspiration for your garden. Make sure you come down next year.
As far as colourful foliage plants go, it's really hard to beat leucadendrons. Now, this one is one of my favourites. It's a variety called Safari Sunset, and it's smothered in these burgundy flowers through autumn and winter, right when the garden really needs a lift. So it shines through the cooler months, makes a great hedge or screen, and don't forget to cut some of those flowers to bring them indoors for really long-lasting colour. So for more great garden plants and inspiring ideas, join us after the break on The Garden Gurus.
This year at the Melbourne International Flower and Garden Show, I'm sharing the secrets to gardening success. Winter is an absolutely brilliant time of the year to be planting out all sorts of garden plants, and you can go from exotics, deciduous, native plants. They all enjoy going into the ground that time of the year. It's also the perfect time to be potting up. What if I told you there was something you could do at this time of the year that would guarantee success almost every single time you transplant? When you've dug your hole or filled the pot with soil, there's an additive that can make the world of difference to success. And it stays with the plant for the first couple of years as it establishes. Planting gels are a clever, highly absorbent polymer that's added below the root ball at planting time. And a spoonful of this around the roots will do a few things for the plants. The most important is keep even and consistent moisture levels around the developing roots. Now, you can buy these water storage crystals as granules, pop them in the ground and water them. The trouble is they then absorb water and expand and tend to lift the plant up. It's a lot better to get them semi-hydrated, and even better if you get your hands on this stuff. You see, the clever people at Sea Sol have developed a planting gel that's infused with sea salt, semi-hydrated, so all you do is just pop one spoonful in the base under the roots, and that does the job permanently.
Whenever I'm in Perth shooting Garden Guru stories, if I get the chance, I like dropping in to see the gang at the office, see them working their magic behind the scenes, and if I can, I always like to give them a helping hand. And I know they just love it when I come in. It really makes their day. Always a highlight is the green wall here in reception that Trev built last year. It's a marvel of horticultural engineering. Now, green walls or vertical gardens are very much in vogue, having made a recent resurgence since King Nebuchadnezzar II built his hanging gardens of Babylon around 600 BC to impress the missus. But more about Babylon later. A few things you need to get right with green walls are the species selection, growing mix, watering and fertilising, as well as pruning. In most cases, watering needs to be frequent, short deliveries to keep the mix moist, achieved here by the inbuilt automatic drip system. The best fertiliser for green walls is controlled release, delivering the nutrients gradually over time rather than one big dump. Just grab a few granules, sprinkle them over the soil there, and then water in. I'm using the sprayer because it's a bit neater. The last thing I want to do is get water all over Trev's carpet. Tro Forte controlled release fertiliser for pots and plants is the perfect food for these indoor plants. This Australian-made technology will feed up to 8 months with one application. The minerals and microbes combination means pots and indoor plants are easily cared for. Just around the corner from the office is the appropriately named Babylon Cafe, quite possibly owned by one of Nebuchadnezzar's descendants some 32 generations later. Now, this place is absolutely heaving with fabulous pot plants, which I'm sure would meet the king's approval. Like the green wall, these plants love a controlled release fertiliser, which is exactly what this Tro Forte fertiliser has been designed for. It's got all the nutrients plus a range of beneficial soil microbes and fungi for improved soil health, helping combat plant diseases. Autumn and spring application will have you well covered. I bet you Nebuchadnezzar didn't have anything fancy like this.
Well, that's it for this week's show. I hope you enjoyed it. And how special is the Melbourne International Flower and Garden Show? It's held every year in the autumn, and it is a wonderful event. If you haven't checked it out before, you should book for next year. Check out more information online. And speaking of online, if you want any info from today's show, all you have to do is visit our website. You can download fact sheets, watch videos, and of course, it's a great information resource. Now, if you want to ask a specific question, become a friend on Facebook. We do answer your questions too. I'm Trevor Cochran. We'll see you next week for another episode of The Garden Gurus.